That is the sound of the trainer and coach Damian Keys. We welcome you inside the brand new, top notch, state of the art, the St. James from Fairfax County, Virginia, Springfield, Virginia. Joel Hillsman, glad that you're with us. The SUVTV.com, the first ever broadcast on the second day of operation from the St. James. As we take a look at the elite high school and middle school combine and fall showcase right here in the DMV. And you know the DMV is home to one of the best basketball high school conferences in all of the land in the Washington Catholic Athletic Conference, the WCAC. The young men here on court one shooting into the shooting machine, getting their reps up. All four courts here inside of the St. James. An outstanding, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful facility. I really still need to calm down. I've never been in a facility of this magnitude that has two full-size NHL rinks side by side just over next to me with top-notch Major League Baseball hitting and then top-notch Olympic swimming pool across the way and then soccer and lacrosse behind me. And then you walk in and you smell the brand new gym and you've got the elite high school and middle school combine and fall showcase. I'll be joined throughout the day. Mike Jones of DeMatha, Keith Stevens of Team Takeover, Steven Turner of Gonzaga, Glenn Farello of Paul VI, who we had last year at Tournament of Champions, and he had Brandon Slater there. He's got the fine guard and Jeremy Roach. He reached over 1,000 wins last season. And as we brought the broadcast in, Damian Keys, along with David Dickerson, the mastermind behind this elite high school and middle school camp. All the young men have came in. They've got the Nike Thread jerseys on. They've taken their pictures, and they have officially cracked the seal on the St. James here in Springfield, Virginia, just south of the District of Columbia. But it's in the DMV where they play very good basketball, and I'm so thrilled to be here as we get ready to highlight these young men all day right here. The SUVTV.com.
Good, go, come on. Ball out. Order it down. Get up. Get that. Shot. Good, come on. I got big fella, deny. Curl it. All right. Hey. Come on. One, we got one. Come right off my body. Right off. Down. Come on. Come to it. You gotta, ready?
What would I do if I could reach inside of me and to know how it feels to say, I like what I see.
Back inside the St. James, we are live for the Elite High School and Middle School Combine and Fall Showcase. Joel Hillsman, glad that you're with us. I now am going to pass it over to David Dickerson, who has Craig Dixon and Kendrick Ashton, the principal owners and founders of the St. James. David?
All right, thank you, Jay. Good to be back with SUV TV and Marcus and Linda and Joel Hillsman, the big guys in high school streaming. I am pleased this morning to present for you one of our first St. James basketball events here in the DMV, our Elite Middle School and Showcase and Combine. And I want to bring the founders on a facility that's not only a sports facility and venue, but it's we're primarily a wellness destination point. It's an entertainment venue as well. Nothing like it in the country. And so I want to welcome in Craig Dixon and Kendrick Ashton, the founders and principals of the St. James. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Well, good. Well, hey, I want you to talk a little bit about the vision to do this. Nobody else has been able to put together a building and a vision and a mission like this in the country. It's going to help a lot of kids get better at their respective sports. But also
kids and adults.
Kids and adults. Well, that's what I was just going to get to. The fact that this is a destination, a place for adults and families, primarily as well. Right. Craig, talk a little bit, if you would, about how those first thoughts came together and what the ideas were.
Sure. We set out to create the center of the universe for athletes and active people in this community. And it really came from our experiences growing up in this region, being irrationally passionate about sports, wanting to get better, wanting to get access to places where we could get better, and not always being able to find those resources. And then now we're parents of active children who are engaged in all these activities. And when you would go to these games or these practices, you would hear the same kinds of complaints. There's no place to get the facilities aren't great. You can't get a decent cup of coffee or something to eat. And it really became clear to us that there was a significant hole or need that wasn't being met, and so we started to do the work to put together this vision so we could deliver that kind of experience that people were really looking for.
Great. Now, Kendrick, both of you guys are local guys, and I really should have talked about that a little bit from the beginning. Craig, of course, a Gaithersburg guy and Episcopal High School graduate here. And then Kendrick, being from Washington, and I know he wants me to mention that he's a proud graduate of Archbishop Carroll.
Yes, thank you, David.
But more importantly, both of the guys did undergraduate work at William & Mary.
Well, there's nothing more important than being from D.C. and graduating from Carroll. Yes, we went to William & Mary. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to put that more importantly because we've got a William & Mary leaning staff here, and so I always want to make sure that I mention that. But
Sure.
both had great football experience at William & Mary, and then on to Kendrick going to Harvard Law School, and Craig, I believe, University of Chicago.
So I'm just gonna clarify that a
Okay.
little bit. So Kendrick actually played football at William & Mary. I did not.
Okay.
Although we were fast friends, fraternity brothers there.
Okay.
And then I went to William & Mary Law School and Harvard
Okay.
Business School. Kendrick went to the University of Chicago for law school and business school.
Okay. All right. Yeah, had everything turned around. It's still
That's
early,
okay.
guys.
It's all good.
Yeah,
it's all
There.
good.
But
as long as you mention the right schools.
I got the names.
Great schools.
I got the names in there.
Yes,
That's right.
exactly.
That's right.
Well, I want you to talk a little bit about, if you would, Kendrick, about what we actually, what the vision actually evolved into. Talk a little bit about the building. You know, when I talk about it from a basketball perspective, I always forget about the Meta Spa. I forget about this great partnership with MedStar and what we're doing with them and Victor. So tell us about what actually happened, what we actually had come to life here.
Sure. Well, there's so much to talk about with respect to the courthouse, which is where the basketball program is being developed. That it's understandable that you would forget about the vastness of the rest of the offerings and programs and venues. But as you said or suggested, David, we have a FIFA regulation size field house for all your turf sports: football, soccer, lacrosse, field hockey, rugby, Quidditch, as we like to say, which is a growing and emerging sport. I think people often think that's a joke, but we're serious about it. We'll be supporting Quidditch as well.
Quidditch people, we're looking for you.
Exactly. We've got 2 sheets of NHL-size ice for all your ice sports. Obviously, hockey, figure skating, synchronized skating, speed skating, curling, etc. We've got an Olympic-sized pool for all your aquatic sports, water polo, obviously all the swimming disciplines and activities, learn to swim, lifeguarding, supporting triathletes in their swimming efforts. We've got an interactive water park with slides and chutes and sprayers and buckets and the like. Gymnastics, 10,000 square feet of training space and competition space for gymnastics. Squash and golf, baseball and softball. We've got a 50,000 square foot premium health club with everything you can possibly imagine in it, top of the line equipment, cardio, strength and conditioning, etc. And then as you started to articulate, David, we've got a real entertainment and hospitality and health and wellness overlay, which includes a really premium restaurant experience, which is designed and conceived by one of the best chefs in the world, Spike Mendelson. We've got a 6,000 square foot comprehensive Meta Spa, which focuses on rejuvenation, wellness, and cosmetics, so you can get everything. You can get your self-improvement treatments from a beauty perspective, as well as recovery and rejuvenation from an athletics perspective with cryotherapy and compression, etc. And then we've got this incredible partnership with MedStar, which is an entire healthcare overlay, which supports primary care medicine, sports medicine, orthopedics, rehabilitation, physical therapy, and the like. So this is really, when we say a destination, we really truly mean it, and there's really virtually nothing that we can't do, and that's why Craig said center of the universe. That's what we want to be for every market we serve. This is an important market for us. This is our first market, but people around the country, be on the lookout for the St. James.
And it's home, but yes, be on the lookout for the St. James coming to an area near you. We don't need to talk specifically about where, but there's going to be some past happenings in 19 and 20 in relation to the St. James. Well, I would maybe like Craig to finish up by talking about a little bit about what you got, what you envision, because a lot of our audience is aimed today towards youth and player development, and maybe talk about what you see happening with us here, and then of course in the future other places.
Sure. So, in addition to building great facilities, we really focused on recruiting and talent in every sport. Every sports director is a real expert, technically proficient in teaching their respective games, really understanding the ecosystem of the game so that we can help athletes maximize their potential. And we have a real focus on coaching, development. We have great curricula that will allow each athlete in their respective sports to understand the game, be both sound in the strategy and tactics of the game, as well as to develop their bodies with our high performance training center, which I'm not sure was mentioned earlier. There's so much to mention about the St. James that you sometimes lose track. We've got an 8,000 square foot high performance training center with agility turfs and racks and plyometric balls and the like. So you have the ability at St. James to develop the whole athlete, and that's not something that you get everywhere. And we've done that in every single sport. We have 30 plus sports on offer at the St. James, and we want to encourage each and every one of you all out listening and watching today to come check us out. Check out not only the basketball, but all of our programs, because we think that the St. James is going to be the best place for everyone who has passion and ambition in sports to maximize their potential.
Okay, great. Well, and I'm gonna rally for basketball in particular.
As you should. As you should.
Because I think I have a great opportunity, a great challenge here that both of you guys have given me to develop a basketball program really from the beginnings, from age 3 all the way up to professional opportunities and professional training, and also have been given the tools to do that, and an opportunity to pull in some staff that can help us with that. This is, for me, the culmination of a lot of work over the years, and being able to have access to players, and now a facility that, bar none, really can help that happen. So I'm very appreciative to you guys for that. Appreciative for you taking a few moments this morning to talk about St. James and the vision, and you'll be hearing a lot more from both Kendrick Ashton and Craig Dixon. All right, hang on. We'll be right with you. We're right back with you. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Guys, that was awesome. I have one question.
Yes, sir.
What came about the name? How was it named the St. James?
So we wanted to build a real brand of excellence. We wanted a premium brand, one that was timeless, was unconstrained by the sorts of activities and programming and services we'd be providing, had the sort of gravitas that would give people a real sense of a destination, something that had an inherent sense of trustworthiness. But perhaps most importantly, we wanted it, as Craig said at the very beginning, to represent this idea of being the center of the universe. And so the St. James is inspired by the Court of St. James, which was the very center of the British Empire for the entirety of the reign of the British Empire. And to this day, if you're an ambassador to or from the United Kingdom, you're an ambassador to the Court of St. James. So it was a real center for global affairs for a very long time. We went to the College of William Mary, as you know. Go Tribe. And the College of William Mary, of course, was chartered by Queen Mary and King William, one of the very few co-monarchies that ever existed in human history. And that's a touch point for us in our friendship, which is deep and long at this point. I won't tell you how long. And so it had a personal connection as well. So the St. James, when you think about the St. James, the brand, certainly we want you to think about the breadth of services, the scope of what we're having here, but also the idea that it really is aiming to be the center of the universe.
Outstanding.
So thank you for asking.
Outstanding. When you have something like that, it has depth to it. I've been here an hour and a half. I'm not leaving anytime soon. So you guys, this is outstanding.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm honored to be here, man, and glad you guys were able to put this together and look forward to more of those.
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank
for
you.
being
No problem.
here.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Real pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Craig
Thank you.
Dixon and Kendrick Ashton, the principal owners and founders of the St. James. More coming up next right here at SUV TV. I know Dane, he's working on it. He's working on it. Taking a look at action on court number 2 as they go through the drills. It's a drill-heavy day here at the St. James Elite High School and Middle School Combine and Fall Showcase. So there will be a lot going on throughout the course of the day here on SUV TV. And glad that you are with us as we christen the St. James. Defensive footwork and rebounding, offensive basketball, advanced skill development, ball handling skills and technique, and of course shooting. And you can see here, right here, as we'll move to it, Mike Jones of DeMatha going through the instruction with the young men as they begin to shoot. Of course, shooting into the gun, and that's a nice looking shooting gun here at the world-class St. James. Springfield, Virginia. And Coach Mike Jones and that DeMatha squad. DeMatha, a long, proud history of WCAC championships dating back to 1970. In basketball. DeMatha with a very nice run last season. Ended up with victory over Bishop O'Connell 74-63, and then over DeMatha then over Gonzaga 54-53. Paul VI went undefeated during the regular season, just to show you how tough it is, and then got into tournament play and was unable to win it. So the tournament champ went to Mike Jones and his staff. On the other end of court one, wing work with the guards. They broke out some scoreboards on the other court to be able to track with the scrimmages that will go on throughout the day. As we are courtside from the St. James. We'll keep our eyes out on a list of players. We've even got some class of 2025 guys, class of 23, and class of 24, your middle schoolers. That's 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Then we'll move into the 20s, a couple 19s. And it's going to be interesting as we go throughout the day, as I'll be joined by different coaches, and at Hoop Kids, David Dickerson as well, who is behind the St. James Elite High School and Middle School Combine and Fall Showcase. So everyone on court 2 taking a look at defensive footwork. Step and pull, move the feet. As we get ready to just break it down, and the talent, I mean, it has began here in the DMV and from around. I just take a look here as we're at court 2 here inside the St. James. I'm back here. We're closest to court 1. I'm taking a look. I was talking about Mike Jones from DeMatha, and we heard the story earlier. Well, we did. We weren't on air yet. He popped his Achilles, but it's still out here because he committed to the camp. And now here he is giving the instructions that they have the gun up under their basket. Dr. Dish, and he's still out here. DeMatha gear down. All the success that he's had coaching nationally and here in the DMV. Now with a popped Achilles, still giving the instructions. Let's take a look at these reps here and see how we go when they fire it off. On the drill. Two-dribble handoff, pull up from the foul line. One thing a lot of people may not understand is shooting in that gun makes you get that arc on the basketball. You have to arc it. It's not difficult, you just know you have to arc it. Why it's important to shoot at the top of your jump. Good even rotation behind them laces. And as I mentioned, there are a lot of class of 2024, class of 2025, class of 2023, because it is the high school and middle school. A couple 19s in there as well. Plenty of names to know. From 2025, Ethan Sheffy, Khalid Carson, Karan Bailey. The future right here in front of you from the St. James Elite High School and Middle School Combine and Fall Showcase.
Come on. Good. That's three. Go. Where to go? Going. Get up there. There we go. My bad. Let's go. Close out. Okay. Shot. Good. That's it. 6. We got. Let's shoot the 3. All right, let's shoot the 3. Come on. Oh, yeah. Full speed. 3 there. Come on. 1. Close out, close out, close out. I got shooter, I got shooter.
Back inside the St. James here for the Elite High School and Middle School Combine and Fall Showcase on the second day of the brand new the St. James here in Springfield, Virginia on SUV TV. Joel Hilsman, glad that you're with us. I'm joined now by Ken Tyler, the Director of Athletics here at the St. James. And Ken, thank you very much for taking some time with us.
My pleasure. Thanks you guys very much for coming out.
There you go. There you go. No problem. Glad that you are with us and were able to come out. So I know you spent some time as a college coach and have spent some time as athletic directors. I know there's kind of more of a college model here at the St. James, and you are the Director of Athletics. So just kind of explain what your duties are going to be here as we break open and christen the St. James.
Right. Well, first thing I'll tell you is I spent 16 years as a college basketball coach, and to have all these great players out here working hard with this terrific coaching staff this morning in our beautiful facility is really exciting, and for me personally, really gratifying. But at the St. James, we are structured very much like a college athletic department. We have upwards of 30 sports that we're going to be offering, and an extremely talented, experienced staff that's going to be delivering programs for everything from small kids just learning to play the game all the way up to the elite level player who's going on to compete in college or maybe even in pros, or maybe, as I affectionately like the term, old guys like me, the masters level players who are looking to still have some fun and some camaraderie and play the sport that they love, or maybe try a new one. So a little bit of everything for everyone, and that's the kind of the secret sauce of the St. James.
Outstanding. And we had the principal owners, Craig Dixon and Kendrick Ashton, on, and they were just talking about what went into this and your experience with basketball. Now you're out here. This is the first camp that's been held. You know, what do you say to maybe a parent that has a prospective athlete and they want to use the St. James? How would they get involved?
Yeah, well, first thing I want to tell everyone is that you have to come see it. It's really something that you have to see to comprehend and understand and see the breadth of offerings that we have here. And really at the St. James, we take a holistic approach, and we wanted to work on developing the total athlete. And we can, right across the hall here from our beautiful courthouse, we have a state-of-the-art strength and conditioning center. Right down the hallway, we have a pool. You go right up the stairs and take a yoga class, get a massage. So we can really take care of all your needs and tailor a program specifically for each athlete, no matter what stage of their career or their development level they're on. So all of our programs are available to the public. You do not need to be a member of the St. James to participate in our sports programs, although all of our members get discounts and special early registration opportunities for our sports programming. So we hope all folks will consider joining as a member as well. But we have over 1,200 different programs across all of our sports that we're going to be offering. As I said a minute ago, everything from the young kids just starting out all the way up through the elite level player and everyone in between. So all of our information is going to be available with a click on the website here very, very soon. And certainly you can email myself or any of our sport directors to get more information about specific programming, days, times, prices. But the best thing to do, as I said a second ago, is to come out to the St. James, take a tour, speak with the specific directors that you're interested in learning more about that sport, and hopefully sign up from there.
It is awesome. I drove up for the first time, been waiting to see it. Before I even walked in, I knew how beautiful it was. I come in and got the ice rink and the pool and the hit batting cages, golf and squash. And, I don't know, is there an apartment here? Because I don't want to leave. I want this to be my home.
Exactly.
We're joined by Ken Tyler, Director of Athletics here at the St. James. So a couple of other questions as we kind of get the model going. Will the facility be used for travel circuit events for any sport, or what's the future look like in that aspect?
Yeah, so that's a great question, and we get it all the time. And we are going to grow teams within all of our sports. We're going to do it the right way. We're going to curate competition right here under our roof. And all of our teams, basketball, for example, we will have an AAU team competing under the St. James banner and under the St. James brand sooner rather than later. And we're going to do the same thing for all of our sports. We're also going to be hosting high-level tournaments and events in all of our sports throughout the year. And we look forward to being sort of a comprehensive center for high-level competition in the DMV. If you want to see some great players compete, we want people to think about the St. James first. And among the middle of all of that, we'll be hosting our own tournaments, leagues for all levels of different players and all of our different sports. So as I've been saying, it's not too often that you can say, well, we've got something for everyone. A place really does have something for everyone. But the St. James, we really do. And we're excited to be open officially as of yesterday and to let the greater Washington region experience all that we're about.
Well, here on SUV TV, we're glad to be here. I know myself personally, 2 days old, first broadcast in here. I love the DMV and everything, and just a pleasure to be with you. Ken Tyler, the Director of Athletics, thank you very much.
Thanks for your time. Thanks for coming out. We hope you come back often.
Yes, sir. Hope you have me back, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ken Tyler, the Director of Athletics here at the St. James, Springfield, Virginia, in the DMV area just south of Washington, D.C. Drills continue. Take a look here on Court 1. Logan Battle, recently graduating from Georgetown, was a graduate assistant as well at going through the instruction with her group of campers. They've actually rotated from their stations. Station work as they go through their drills here. And as you mentioned, as you heard Coach or Ken Tyler say, they're going to grow their own program here. So, this is, we say it sometimes. You'll hear it on some of our SUV TV broadcasts when the score is nothing, and the game just starts and someone scores, they crack the seal. Well, they've cracked the seal on this thing, and you're seeing it from its infancy, September 2018, and you've got your high school, middle school, elite combine and showcase. Here's the beginning of it right here to get better at the St. James. Chest pass, good fundamental work. Coach Battle, she's been into it, firing her passes down. Short corner jumpers are good. We had Damian Keys mic'd up earlier as we began the broadcast. Coming up on the top of the hour here shortly. We're going to be here all day. There'll be guests dropping in throughout the day here from our broadcast position, as I mentioned here on SUV TV. Second day of operation to the public for the St. James. And guess who's in the house? The SUV TV for the St. James Elite High School and Middle School Combine and Fall Showcase. Parents are also seated on the baseline here, and then some are upstairs looking through the glass. Beautiful sight line. And going to be establishment here in the region, the DMV. And as you heard Craig Dixon and Kendrick Ashton talking about, there will be more facilities to come. And if you do it right, build it, they will come. The center of the universe. Dribble between the legs, hit the pass, get the screen, right there to the elbow. Getting them to go through the repetition. Good set screen and fires it off into that corner. So getting the work in. That's here with Logan Battle on the end of court 1. Let's continue to go mic'd up here. Let's go and see what Damian Keys has going on over on court 2.
Hitting left or right. As soon as I get it, I'm telling myself, all right, I'm coming off, I'm straight up. Don't pay attention. He can't shoot. He can't. Y'all geeking right now. He really. I'm not really. Don't worry about it. How many we got? Right foot. Come on. What the hell are y'all doing? Wait, back up. Catch with 2 hands. Go! Round 4. Okay. Good. Ready, come on. I know it's a lot going on, and I know y'all are young, okay? But listen, as the person that's receiving the ball, I'm the one who has to get the timing right. You know that, right? Right? I can't, if the ball is up top, Pele goes to the top. Pele, right? I can't just, this is a timing thing, right? I have to be come off, right? Then I come off. To pass you the ball. You think the defense is just gonna wait for you? You think the defense, like, oh, hold up. No one is coming on what? Yeah, you don't know what happened. He might not be to get you the ball yet. He still might be, right? Create space. But you on that, all right? Work on that. Now y'all good.
Coach Keys getting those points down to the youngsters. Down on court 3. Defensive work going on court 2. Defense, move the feet. Don't get them crossed up. I'm still impressed here on court 1 every time I look up Coach Mike Jones. And to continue defensive work on court 2. Drills continuing here on court 1 with Logan Battle. Early in the day. We'll be here all day here with you for the elite high school and middle school combine and fall showcase. There will be scrimmage games that will take place. We will have those for you here on SUV TV as well. For more information on the St. James, visit the St. James online, thestjames.co. They're also on Twitter at the St. James _ and on Instagram at the St. James _. Good work now going through that screen and getting the defensive pressure. Taking a look back at Coach Damian Key's court. Let's see. do have them broken up by age group as they get their work in. And of course, as we get closer to the scrimmage portion of the day, we will begin to talk about certain kids. There's a host of them here. Defensive work, though, what I'm watching here on court 2 is you have it right there on your screen. The youth on display right now as they go through the drills, the shooting drills coming, going off of the screen, flaring it out to that corner. Everyone from middle school and high school here, I've mentioned there are several 25 guys, several 24 guys, 24 7th grade, 25 6th grade. Here comes the future, coming right here at you. A couple 23s, couple 20s. So a very nice showing here for the first ever elite camp from the St. James here on SUV TV. Again, just setting the stage for what will be plenty of basketball coming through the St. James. And not just basketball now. That's the thing. We've talked about it at length, especially with Athletic Director of Athletics Ken Tyland and Craig Dixon and Kendrick Ashton. Everything is here. Swimming, golf, squash, baseball, lacrosse, ice hockey. It's all here. Yoga. It's all here under this one roof. And when you first walk into the facility, I mean, it is just apt. You know it is not for play. Springfield, Virginia is where the first ever St. James is birthed. Defensive slides again, stepping and pulling. Worked on court 2. Go down to that corner, come down the baseline, and come back up. Coach Mike zones again. He's been working mostly here with the Dr. Dish on court 1, his first half of court 1. The shooting drills. Routed it right on there on the milk crate. Got that pass to the corner. Get the elevation. Okay, they hit 2 in a row. Looping that pass there. That jumper rolled off. Get it. Get that screen. Screen roll action. He didn't jump. Should have jumped for that one. He would have had it. Shooting drills on both sides of court 1 here. Defensive drills on court 2, 1/2. Scoreboards I see have been broken out down on court 3. It says getting ready for the scrimmage portion of the day. Starting to look around and see some gentlemen I know. Zaxby Sutherland in the mix, class of 2022. Flint Hill, young man is outstanding. Taking pre-cal as a freshman. Do I even need to explain that? He's down on court 2 now. Huddled up, rallied on court 2. Just getting started, just cracking the seal on it. Taking a look now at court 3, where we had Damian Keys mic'd up. Let's see.
It wasn't preparing for the signature. You listening to your teammates. He ain't even had the ball. He couldn't go yet. Left, right, sir. Shot. That's a good miss. That's a good miss. All right, 5. Yeah. And I guess your group is going to do water. You want me to do water break? We can just do it. All right. All right.
So it looks like they're going to go into water break session as we come. Well, we've crossed the top of the hour here on SUV TV, the SUVTV.com, the coverage of the St. James Elite High School and Middle School Basketball Combine and Fall Showcase. And they will rotate their stations as they have. So station work underway here from the St. James. As it is now water break time. And trust me, they have the wonderful water fountains outside, the ones where you can go and get the bottled water as well. The 360, and he throws it down.
He'll come off the double screen to the left. Oh, and wide open underneath.
Sexton gonna step back, fade away three. Oh, my goodness. Colin Sexton.
In the lane by Tracy. Here's Williamson, makes his way around one tight. Now hustling it toward the lane and throws it down. That's what the crowd had been waiting on. A fantastic dunk coming in by Williamson. Trent, off balance jumper.
Nails it. Pierre to Gary Trent Jr.
Oh my goodness. That's how you end the game, folks. Justin Moore. Yep, Justin Moore.
Earl Timberlake, Jameer Young,
Timberlake.
Josh Wallace,
Got to see him. Look, see, he just started spinning them out.
Paul Smith. You know, we got, you know, we got a talented roster.
And I know you do. So now, drop some nuggets. Who's on your schedule this year outside of the WCAC? Who's on that schedule?
So, in our league, we're allowed to have 10 non-conference games.
Okay.
So this year, our 10 non-conference games include, we will play IMG up here. We will play Roman Catholic in Philly. We're currently scheduled to play Montverde up at the Hoop Hall, but on TV on Martin Luther King Monday. But because now ESPN is negotiating putting the DeMatha Gonzaga game on their network, we might lose that TV game because they have a rule about how many times one high school can play.
Talking about ESPN does?
Yeah,
Okay.
So we're trying to work it out to play Montverde somewhere else.
Gotcha.
We play Denton Geyer in Dallas in the Hoop Fest down in Dallas. That's going to be a heck of a test for us. And we also play Norcross in the Cancer Research Classic. So, you know, my buddy Jesse McMillan, we were supposed to come down and play Norcross in his event in January. That did not work out, but I'd rather play him at a neutral site anyway. So
you don't want to go to the House of Blue.
so I'm
You've
looking
had some
forward to
success in there, though.
Yeah,
Justin,
but
you walked in there with Justin Folks.
Not when we played them, though. So, yeah. The one year that we did lose down there is when we played Norcross. So, yeah, we're looking forward to playing them again, but not in the state of Georgia. So.
Outstanding, man. Well, last thing, and I mean, I could talk to you all day. WCAC, you've been all around the world. What makes DMV basketball so special?
It's just a culture. It's something that, you know, our kids who, you know, the Washington Redskins football team is the absolute end-all, be-all in this area. But a lot of kids don't play football growing up. Like, we all root for the Redskins. You know, I'm going to go root for them today against the Colts. But basketball is just something that we've always done. You know, you get a ball, you get a hoop, you make a hoop if you don't have a hoop.
Exactly.
You know, we used to have 2 dots in my front, in the front area in front of my house growing up that were, they messed up the tar that they put down. And we used that. If you shot the ball from wherever and it went in between those 2 dots, that was the best because we didn't have a hoop. So this is an area where the game of basketball means so much in terms of guys being able to get good education, opportunity to go to college, possibly for free, and in an area where the socioeconomic difference from A to Z is so vast. But basketball is not a rich man's sport, so all of us can play. So if my family lives in $1 million mansion, I'm still gonna play against the kid that his family's on welfare. And we all, you know, we got the same great coaches. There's a passion for it. Like, ultimately, it is something that this area has just been blessed and lucky to just have people that care about the game. And, you know, you can go back from the Morgan Wootens of the world to the John Thompsons of the world to set a standard for coaches to teach these young kids. And I'm glad to have been a player here, and now I'm glad to be a coach here. I do not believe there's a better area on the planet. And again, the numbers don't lie. We had 2 guys on the Golden State Warriors last year from this area. We had 2 guys on the Cleveland Cavaliers that lost to the Golden State Warriors. Obviously, we had kids on Villanova winning the national championship. Team Takeover. DC Premier this summer. They won their circuit. The District Basketball Club won their circuit. DMV basketball is where it's at right now.
And I'm going to just tell you, you know, you've been around a lot, and a lot of people say I'm Atlanta biased, but then we start talking about DMV and WCAC, and I shut them down. I spent some time in Virginia Beach, just so you know, so it's mixed.
I'm an ODU kid, so I know all about
there
that.
There you go.
Water.
There you go, Tidewater area. I'm all for it. DMV, Atlanta, DMV, Southeast, I love it. Coach Jones, man, thank you. You've been doing an excellent job. Look forward to keeping up with you this season, man.
All right now.
Get back out there on that Achilles, man. Heal up, brother. Mike Jones, head coach of DeMatha in the WCAC, taking a few moments with us. Man, great guy. Absolutely wonderful, great guy. As we're live inside the St. James here on SUV TV, the SUVTV.com. Y'all see how I got that schedule for us right there? That's how we do it. Where the rest of the hoop circle at? We might have to drop the GA. Oh, man. the young ones now, and these are definitely your 6th and 7th graders right here on court 1. It's been interesting. Coach Jones and I were taking a look at how they were shooting that ball in the basket, because you have to get their arc up there over the Dr. Dish.
You got.
All right, let's go mic'd up. Logan
I
Battle
need
here
a
on
ball
court 1.
almost at all times. All right.
Ready.
So give me that one. All right, back up. Back up, back up, back up. You can
Talk to him, call it.
back up. Okay. I mean, like, seriously.
Talk to him. Good talk. Good talk.
Anyone?
Hey, this is more than any.
Good. Don't be so far coming off this screen. You guys are coming down. You don't have to be that far. You can the screen and you're meeting it. Don't be too far down. Thank you.
You got it. I mean, we got make
So I'm not worried. My bad. Yes. Finish on fake. No, just a layup, just a layup, just a layup. It's fine. There you go. All right. So, next drill. Should we just do the handoff? Okay. Huh? Just the handoff. All right. So, give me some people over here, some people on this line, and the 3 lines. Yeah, handoff.
Eddie was here.
Okay. If you- This side. Okay, so it's just gonna be double handoff here. Come on. This right. Coming off. All right. Make sure we get. Make sure we're spacing it out. All right. Time it when you're coming off that handoff from the wings. Oops, sorry. Didn't realize. Huh? Guys, rotate to your right. So if you're over here, then you go in the middle. If you're in the middle, then you go over there. My fault.
That's Logan Battle mic'd up, Georgetown grad, right here on court 1. From the St. James Elite High School and Middle School Combine and Fall Showcase. We're continuing our station work here. Then there will be a lunch break. We'll come back, they'll break it down. There will be scrimmages. Just to give you an update there, Logan really into it. There you We've had our shooting stations here on court 1, which is right here in front of us, courtside from the St. James. You got the defensive stations as there's getting ready to be a station rotation again. Watch these young ones who were putting their shots up. And we get ready to rotate.
attention and kind of process. You're not going to get better. All right? So,
Hey, you can't hate.
Hey, y'all gonna keep the. Hey, y'all lied to me, man. Y'all lied to me. Lied to me. Let's go, let's go. There we go. Good shot. Good shot. Let's go. Talk to him. Hey, you better talk to him.
Swinging it from the top to the wing. Knock that J down.
Hey, right.
Shooting into the
Left.
Dr. Dish.
Left.
Here on court.
There you go. Right foot down. Step with your left. Good shot. Good. You made one? Oh, man.
give me.
You left better be able to shoot.
All right. Back up, back up. Guys, back up all the way to half court. Back all the way.
Right back. Logan battle.
All right, I want you guys
working on this side of
see
the
what
court
you
too
do.
as
So
well.
we
Court
want.
one and
All right.
Back up all the way.
And the sun now beginning to peek through a little bit as we come up
You
on
guys
court
see
to the top of the hour. The high
Triple move,
noon
don't care what it
here
is.
in the east. Springfield, Virginia. And we
To the
open
wing.
the
They're
St.
shooting
James.
a jump shot. All right. Second one. Coming off. You can just. You're gonna set a screen. First shot. All right. Third one.
Step to the left. All right. And no more.
Gonna stop. Stop. Okay. I'm just showing.
We will
And
get
then-
more into the players.
Then you just put. Time. Right. Coming, set this screen. Rolling. They're gonna do a one or two dribble pull up. I'm gonna pass to you in the corner for a jump shot. All right. I want everybody getting as many shots as they can in that one. Okay. So make sure we're going at pace with this. Make sure when you guys are coming down, make sure you sync your timing with the person who's dribbling, coming down full speed. All right.
There's the drill right there, which
Good
he's
to
been
go?
running a lot.
Go ahead.
A two dribble pull up.
Good.
Short corner Jay.
Here. Take it back up top. Take it back. Chris, grab that one. Sorry.
Go at full speed. Must have good passes.
You can dribble it back up if you need to. Hey, shooters, come get your rebounds from me. Shooters, come get your rebounds from me. Or get your own rebound, that works. There you go. Nice shot. Go again, go again, go again.
The youth work here with Logan Battle here on court 1.
Nice. Sorry, good shot. There you go. Ah. Guys, watch out, watch out, watch out.
6th and 7th
Long,
grade.
long, 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 Chris.
20-25 to 6th graders, 7th graders, 8th graders right here in this small group here from the St. James Elite High School and Middle School Combine and Fall Showcase. Springfield, Virginia.
All right, second one. Remember the second one, coming down, passing here, setting the screen, popping, passing, all right? Even,
Coming off
all right.
of it.
Even when you're going to set the screen, I want you guys sprinting to set this screen, all right? Come off that screen hard, deliver a good pass.
There it is. I like what Coach Battle's talking
Go
about
ahead.
there. Set the screen hard and a good pass. Boom, boom.
Make at least 2 dribbles off that screen. At least 2 dribbles off that screen, create a little space. Jump shots, guys, still jump shots.
2 dribbles. There's the short corner, Jay. Left it just a tad short.
Still jump shots, guys.
Coach Battle reminding them.
Here we go, here we go. There you go. Good. Here we go, here we go. No. See him first. There you go. Good roll. Good shot. Nice. Wait for him to come for that screen. Okay. Hey guys, make sure you're seeing who you're passing it to. I want jump shots off of this. So I know you guys are trying to get that bounce pass in, but you gotta get it out wide. Everybody's setting up for a jump shot. If it's too far in, then you automatically go in for a layup, but it might be a steal by the other team, all right? Make sure we're giving those good passes. Go ahead, go ahead. There you go. Go ahead, you're on there. Ball's up top. Guys, make sure we're rotating lines. Give me some people over here. Give me some people over here. me that one. Give me that one. All right. So now the third one. You got explaining it on that side? All right. So the third one, remember, we're doing the same kind of thing. We're going to set that screen. You guys are rolling. You guys are coming off, but you are shooting a 1 or 2 dribble pull-up.
So as we continue to move forward here on SUV TV, from the St. James Elite High School and Middle School Combine and Fall Showcase, we had Court 1 action working during our station work. It's time to continue to move forward. I'm now joined by Mark Clark and Kevin McClinton, two guys who are involved in the St. James. And Mark, I'll start with you, VP of Sales and Marketing. Now, Dickerson, I've been knowing Dickerson. We've been calling some basketball games for a while. He said that you got him involved. What made you believe that you would be standing here today in a facility of this magnitude?
Right, yeah, great question. Well, you know, 5 years ago, I had the good fortune of knowing Kendrick and Craig previously, and they know what I do. So I'm involved in health, fitness. I was regional sales manager for Lifetime Athletic, and was working in New York, kind of developing their facilities there, and Kendrick knew what I was doing, and so he invited me to dinner one night, him and Craig, and I just thought it was guys hanging out because we were all living in Manhattan, and they told me about their dream, literally drew it on a napkin and said, look, Mark, this is what we want to do. How do we monetize this? How do we set this up with a membership? Not saying that they needed my expertise on making money, because that's what they do, or investing, but as far as the health club and the membership side of it, and making this into something that's different from everything else in the country, they asked, you know, would I be interested in being involved? And so in listening to what they wanted and listening to their dream at the time and how they wanted to go about it, I said absolutely. So we began working. I began working as a consultant over 5 years to develop this, and about 18 months out, you know, they said, hey, Mark, because I'm from here, Montgomery County kid, Silver Spring, Tacoma Park. They said, you ready to go home? And I was like, yeah, if we're going to build this monster, I'm ready to go home. And that's how I became involved. The good thing is, you know, we all know each other. We all are in this thing together. And when they talked about adding a basketball director and who would be good and who has the contacts and the network to reach out nationally, you know, that's how Dave got involved. I started talking to Dave 5 or 6 years ago, as Sam, when I heard about it, and it's now here. You know, it's a dream come true.
That's how I walk in. I mean, you have 4 pristine basketball courts. I know you played at Central State and overseas. Did this get you back closer to basketball?
Absolutely. You know, I have two sons that were involved in basketball. They did the whole AAU thing, Blue Devils, local. They're grown men now, but I hadn't really been involved. You know, as you get older and you kind of kids grow out of it. I was always in fitness and health, but not basketball, and this really got me back in. So, you know, I was able to kind of help and reach out to the basketball community and others, and that's how Kevin got involved. Of course, local basketball, football star.
Yeah, that's.
You know what I mean?
I was just finna slide
So,
to that.
no, hold on, let me. And so we bring in who we know.
Exactly, bring in who you know is working up under you, Kevin McClinton. Kevin, I mean, how's it being up under Clark right now and seeing what you see today here on the second day of
Well, I owe a lot to Mark. Mark, he got me involved, and we know the same people. And in basketball, the community is big, but everybody knows everybody. And when I had the opportunity to hear about the St. James and kind of the vision and the passion and the dream that they had, and then talking to Mark and being able to talk to Craig and Kendrick as far as what they were looking to do and kind of how they saw, where they saw the St. James, I was all in. I've played basketball, I've coached, I've been a general manager at a health club, so this kind of encompassed so much of what I've done. And I just saw an opportunity that I had to be a part of. And the fact that these guys are so passionate about the St. James and really what they see in the future is just, it's a breath of fresh air, and it's not like, it's really not like anything you've ever seen. And to be at the ground level and to have the opportunity to work with people like Mark and Craig and Kendrick and, Dave and just to see these young kids out here and working on their skills and their craft is amazing for me. It kind of brings me back when I was growing up, some of the people I looked up to, when some of the guys that I was able to play under, it just kind of brings me back to that. So this is just a great opportunity for me, for Mark and, for the basketball program and the St. James.
Mark talked about coming home. I know you spent some time at University of Maryland, football and basketball. Your father played with the Redskins and Hall of Fame. I mean, does it mean a little extra for you that this is at home?
Yeah, this is home.
I know I mess with Dave now.
Yeah.
I'm from Atlanta, grew up in Georgia, but I lived in the 757 for a while.
Right.
So on the weekends, I just made the drive up. So it's not foreign to me, but I know how tight knit that DMV area is. I got an aunt over in Greenbelt. If she watching, I'm gonna be in trouble if I get over there. So, but I mean, did that add a little something extra to you?
It did. I mean, because this is the DMV. You know what I mean? If any place is going to have a complex like this, it has to be the DMV. There's just so much that you can do. I mean, just basketball alone. But then the fact that we're incorporating so many different sports, hockey has become big in the area.
That was the one that got me. I walk in here and there's two NHL rinks side by side.
And
I walked in there because I just wanted to feel the change.
Absolutely. So it's just, there's so much that we can do here, and to have it right here in the DC area is special. And I'm just so happy to be a part of it, and just to continue to see the growth every single day. And Craig and Kendrick, they work, man. I mean, they work. They
right
work.
Next to us.
And Mark can tell you.
Put in the sweat.
Yeah, they play. And Mark does too. I mean, Mark's just right there with them. He was at the beginning of everything, and he's grinded and everything. So it's just impressive to see.
The main thing about this complex is we're focusing on basketball today. But this is 450,000 square feet of everything. Right. You can rock, and it's all made to take people to the next level.
Right.
I mean, we have the Learn to basketball, soccer, swimming, football, but we can take an athlete and take him all the way because we have the best coaches, the best facilities, the best programming and developmental programming that you can have for any athlete. And that's how hockey got involved. That's how lacrosse got involved. That's how we have a gymnastics academy for small children. And then we've got this high performance training area that is like a Big Ten or an NFL or NBA training room. So we can do anything. We have the electronics, the digital part of it. We also have all of the technology to do everything for you as far as developing you mentally, physically especially, and then taking you to the next level behind the coaching and instruction.
Right.
Mark Clark, Kevin McClinton joining us here from the St. James. I know you're the VP of Sales and Marketing. Just kind of sum that up, how that entails what you do for the St. James.
Yeah, so it's like I was saying, it's just not about basketball.
Exactly.
Our product is this building, but inside this building are all of our offerings, 30 sports academies. The main thing that we try to get across to people is, and you can't do it over the phone, you really have to get people in here to see it, because most people think, oh, you've got a gym. This is not a gym. This is a sports complex with a 5-star spa and a 5-star restaurant with a celebrity chef that's on the Food Network. So it takes your lifestyle to place, so you sell it as a destination. So it can be your community gym, and you can come here and your health club every day, swim, work out, but then it turns into another thing when you can put your children in any sport to train and go up and have dinner or get a massage or get your nails done or have a drink with your girlfriends and your boys watching the game on a Sunday. So it's more of a destination lifestyle, you know, but as far as marketing and selling it, we really try to get as many people in here to see what we have and tell them about the breadth of offerings and all of the things you can do under one roof. And that's important because people think, you know, it's about money, but it's really about our time now. And especially time with family, which is the most important thing. So right now we've got, and if you have children, you know that you got one child, you're taking the AAU ball, you got your daughter's gymnastic or ice skating, and it's across town. You come here under one roof.
All under one roof.
You got the whole family, and when they're done, you go have a meal.
About it. And you know, I had heard about it, been knowing Dave. He told me about it. I pulled in the parking lot this morning. I was like, oh yeah, this is special. When I walk through these doors, it's gonna be special.
Absolutely.
So, hey guys, great. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Day,
Thanks
man.
for having
Thanks
us,
for
man.
having
I
us.
appreciate it, man.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
a lot.
Mark Clark, Kevin McClinton. I'll be seeing you guys soon.
Oh,
all right.
okay.
I'm not going
St.
to
James.
Sounds
baby.
good, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right.
We are now at lunch here at the St. James Elite High School and Middle School Combine and Full Showcase on the SUVTV.com. We had station work, defensive drills, shooting drills, screen drills. We had all of that. There will be some scrimmage portion when we come back after lunch right here, the SUVTV.com.